you too have a dream of cracking UPSC exam, then subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay up to date with your UPSC preparation. तैयारी आपकी, जिम्मेदारी हमारी.
Hello and welcome to Edukemy's YouTube channel. My name is Singh and in this video we shall discuss one of the most sought after questions for this UPSC examination for mains. Most relevant current themes and their revision. This is not only important for people who are appearing in the examination in the coming week in January, but also for those who will be appearing next year or next to next year. Because in this time, in this critical time, all of you will be able to simulate कि last दिन में करना क्या होता है, या फिर reverse engineer करें. If we reverse engineer, what is to be done in the last 1 or 2 months just before the main examination, right? Complete simulation of the whole pattern and setup for the examination process. A very, very critical stage for people who are going to appear for the exam. So there are 4 or 5 important things that should be done. One is selection of important themes, right? So one credible source should be there through which you will be able to select the important themes for that particular year. Then prepare the key points through what we follow is A-deck principle. I will explain to you this. Preparation of key points of all these important themes. This is one. And the third one is warming up every day. So 1 month, 1 week, or even the day of examination, you have to warm up every day. हर रोज जैसे body को गर्म करते हैं ना exercise से पहले, you have to warm up for the exercise of examination also, right? And then you also have to try randomness. I will explain to you what this is, and face the unknown alongside, and also deal with the present climate. What climate is this? We will deal with it in a short while. Before that, I have prepared the important themes for you for this year, and this will also be like a guesswork, a tukka for you to see कि ये आता है कि नहीं, इस तरीके से आता है या नहीं exam में, right? So some important themes I have shared here, right? These are 5-6 pages of important themes, maybe around 100 odd topics, right? So let's quickly look at these important topics once. I'll go through them quickly to tell you why it is important and relevant. Telecom companies, 5G and government aid, online or alternate dispute resolution, been in news all the time, also related to Vodafone retrospective taxation. Marine industry, blue economy, oh, very much in news. Deep ocean mission and India's marine sector, fisheries sector, right? Sugar industry, FRP in news, right? Export and also related to India's sugar industry in ethanol production. Railway freight, very important during COVID times. India's seed industry in news, one of the important seed industries around the world, India's industry. Peace clause related to agriculture and providing of subsidies. Third pole, Himalayan disasters and climate vulnerability, been in news throughout the year. Right, agricultural sector, MSP, you know, it has been asked previously, but now, yes, again relevant. Military spendings by India and around the world, zero budget natural farming, the government has focused on this. Drone policy and e-commerce, right? So what is the rationale behind these policies and e-commerce policies? Digital divide in the country, right? Because of COVID times. Now see, many of the themes will be centered around COVID. They will be education related, health related, MSME related or development related, but because of COVID, it has gotten highlighted. So digital divide is one. Space missions, very, very much in news, right? India space associations, world organizations forming important, space missions. So India's Gaganyaan, India's manned missions to celestial objects, right? Just lately we had another mission, which was the James Webb Space Telescope. Cryptocurrency, you know, that is in news. Energy crisis, renewable energy. Now, what do you have to do with these themes? All you have to do is understand 5WH. If you know 5WH, some basics about these themes. For example, why and how. These are the most relevant questions. What is also an important question. What is it? What is cryptocurrency? That could be a question. But why is cryptocurrency in news? What are the issues associated with it? And how can we handle the issues with cryptocurrency? Right? So why and how of each question. If you do that, then you are through with all these current themes. Right? So primarily you could do this by the A-deck formula that I was speaking of. What happens in A-deck? We pick up the keywords. We pick up example and cases for that particular issue in news. We pick up some data and we also pick up some analytical words, right? If we have this content for themes, then it is sorted, then our exam is sorted. Even if these questions don't come, these themes are important and they will be integrated in some way or the other when you talk of energy infrastructure, when you talk of renewable energy crisis and renewable energy. See, so many of these themes have been important, and all you got to have is maybe one or two data, a couple of important keywords for them, and some examples, some case for each of them, right? So example is intellectual property rights and vaccine availability, right? India has been demanding it. Forced displacement around the whole world has increased during COVID times. Vaccine hesitancy, indemnity, trials. See, these are the keywords to be used. Electricity reforms around our country itself, right? Power purchase agreements, antimicrobial resistance, Arctic Circle, deep ocean mission, and not only Arctic Circle, Antarctic region treaty as well, both of them. Relations between India and Afghanistan, in the European Union. There are a few more, we will come to it, right? Like Central Asia, Vietnam, Russia. Why do they become important? Why not with those countries, with other countries? Are they not important? They are. But these countries have been in focus, especially because of these times lately, right? So kind of meetings India has held lately after pre-exam, before main exam, or just before pre-exam, they become more relevant. They are not only important for you, this is also important because the examiner has known these examples, right? So वो भी use करना है, examiner के दिमाग के साथ भी चलना है, right? Carbon dioxide and methane emission, right? Methane emission has been in focus. Public procurement, government e-marketplace, reforms in that. Tribunals have been in focus, right? Circular economy, land banks, right to privacy, right to be forgotten. These are the words that you should be using. Digital violence, learning gaps, fertilizer and container shortage in the country. Platform economy, gig economy, social media, OTT, digital newsrooms, right? Their norms. Similarly, other themes have been in focus. Cooperative industry, especially multi-state cooperatives, right? Reforms in them. Road safety, NRI community, right? How they have participated in India's development. Tenancy reforms like the Model Tenancy Act, Gati Shakti, NIP, semiconductor industry, blended learning in these times. Electoral reforms, precision agriculture. See, so these have been the important themes. If you know these themes, no matter what you have not studied will not matter. What will matter is some quick important points of all these themes. A deck, some data, some examples, some cases, some keywords of this, and then you are through, right? The examples could be from these points. See, these are the kind of keywords. On the right side, I have placed some keywords. For example, climate tipping point, Artemis Accord, displacement report, SAGE initiative for the elderly, for the silver economy, master plan for Delhi. You should know, because this is how you will be able to present how an urban planning should work around, right? Urban flooding, urban planning, urban rivers, all have been in news. About the infrastructure sector, BharatNet, Bharatmala, Sagarmala, all these initiatives have become important, right? Now, there should be data that should be there with you all the time. For example, infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, the doctor to patient or doctor to the population ratio, police to population ratio, teacher to student ratio. These are are some things that you can do within 2 days. All of it can be covered within 2 days, and you have to start revising all of them again, right? Similarly, one world, one grid, Bharat Gaurav scheme for railways, right? And tourism. Similarly, there are some other important things that have been used because it has formed silver, golden jubilee, or 100 years, centenary. So centenary of non-cooperation movement, 1921, 1991 LPG reforms, 30 years, 1942 quit India, almost 80 years, 1991 USSR breakdown, 30 years, 1995-96 PESA Act, 25 years, 1961, 60 years of NAM, right? Along with that, indebtedness of people, Kigali Amendment or to the Montreal Protocol, vehicle scrappage policy, mental health care, tribunal reforms, issues with China. Ab dekho, these things were important in the last 6, 7, 8 months. They were and they have been. But if you have missed out, it's fine. If you have not missed out, go there and quickly take out those important ADEC, important keywords, so that exam ke ek din pehle, one day before the exam and on the exam day, you can bring up, these kind of topics and revise them quickly. This will be another sort of warm up. Similarly, submission on agricultural mechanization. Pollution has been in news, agricultural mechanization becomes important. ESG, impact investing, right? Environment, social governance, food fortification, rare earth minerals, plastic pollution, हमेशा न्यूज में, but this साल भी न्यूज में, ठीक है? Then some of the norms, laws which have been in question: AFSPA, UAPA, blasphemy laws, sedition law. What is your opinion on each of them, right? Similarly, what about nutrition security? Integrated Theatre Command will be in news. Why? Because of the death of the a very senior officer from the armed forces, right? Policing reforms during COVID times, an important theme. Similarly, these themes have also been important. Differentiated banking, Poshan Abhiyan, oh, so much in news. If I was the one to formulate the questions, I would have definitely formulated questions on these themes. 5G, telecom sector, it was in news. We are going to initiate 5G in the country the next year onwards. Multidimensional poverty index, water management, aviation sector, Udan scheme, 5 years of it, right? That is why important. Then we have issues like big tech companies like Twitter and so much of ruckus in India, Facebook, and issues, how to manage those companies. They have artificial intelligence, right? Ethical dilemma of whether artificial intelligence should rule or not, right? Then we have got killer bots. These are the examples you should be presenting. India's satellite navigation policy, Satnav policy, right? Women in armed forces, global organizations like United Nations in news, because India was India was leading United Nations Security Council in August. WTO, G20, COP, all of them in news. Similarly, what has been India's stand on net zero, right? Logistical movement in India, narco reforms in the country, right? Because of a couple of issues, one being Afghanistan, another because of celebrity stars getting involved in narco issues. Cryptocurrency. You should also have your opinion on what should be people's behavior on eating in public space, eating non-vegetarian food, how should they behave, what should be a norm set for it, because government is tightening some of the norms on these standards. Western Ghats, Kerala, Karnataka in report, in news. India, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Central Asian Republic, all these three countries in news. Brain drain because of some of high profile positions being given to Indians, right? Erstwhile Indians, now citizens of another country. Age of marriage in news, right? You should have an opinion on this. Nuclear energy around the world, is it secure? Is it good? Is it going to give clean energy or not? Your opinion. MP lad scheme, medical devices, all the pharma sector industries, right? So personal, pharma industry, medical device industry, all of them become important, right? Differentiated banking, what is it? Digital banking, what is it about, right? Some bills and acts as well, for example, surrogacy, assisted reproductive technology. Then we have some important reports which we can quote from: National Family Health Survey and Periodic Labor Force Report, right? Forest reforms are also important for this year. And then some more themes, for example, the ones that relate to child marriage, intimate partner violence, been in news because of COVID, orphaned children, right? Shipping industry, yes, reforms have been done in shipping industry, inland shipping bill, cabotage law, and waterways reforms. All of the three have been in news, right? Similarly, issues related to deficit financing in the country, federal issues related to that, state and center. What about disputes between various states, disputes between Assam and Mizoram, dispute in the northeast for Greater Nagaland, dispute arising between Kerala and Tamil Nadu because of water sharing issues. These are interstate issues you should definitely be aware of, and you should know the positives and negatives. That means an analysis should contain both the sides of the coin, some data about it, some facts, some examples, some keywords, right? MSME, micro, small and medium industries, very much relevant, right? Similarly, elderly population and women population in the country, the relationship between judiciary, executive and legislature, the reforms that have been suggested in parliament functioning, inefficient functioning of the parliament, right? So these have become very important topics. See, these are the themes that have been very, very important in the last 7-8 months, right? All these themes. So we select these themes first. अभी भी हो सकता है, you select these themes. Selection तो I have already done for you. What you got to do is prepare the key points related to all these themes. ADEC, follow the ADEC principle. So how do you do that? How do you get the data? So you get data in many ways. One is Google search, or you can simplify that as well. We have done it for you. So if you go to our website, Edukemy's website, you go to resources section, UPSC Mains resource, and this is where you will find final revision pages for mains. History, 2 parts, just around 20 to 30 pages each, right? Polity, governance, geography, 2 parts, society, 2 parts, IR, 2 parts, economy, science and tech, and ethics. Now, in these set of booklets, let me show you what you will find. You will find all the content that is required by you. For example, ethics final pages, right? I am referring to you the index, triage, vaccine trials, IPR, right? Vaccine hesitancy, herd immunity. Similarly, mandatory masking, private manufacturing of vaccines, election duties of teachers. Now, these themes are ethical issues. These themes can also be put when you talk of society issues, education and involvement of teachers in COVID times, right? So, kya karna hai yahan se? You have to pick up the data. You have to pick up the keywords. That's all you have to do. Similarly, you go to Indian society section, you will find these themes, vulnerable sections, child sexual abuse, child labor, child marriage, human trafficking, transgender, right? Feminization of agriculture, women and climate change, violence against women. So these are the themes from where you will pick the keywords, examples, some analysis, write it on a piece of paper, organized format, and that's all. Similarly, for IR, international relations, see the relationship between those countries which are important for India for now. See, Iran in China, right? India, Bangladesh, India, Nepal, India, Pakistan, Gilgit-Baltistan issue, right? Similarly, India, USA, India, Kazakhstan, UAE, right? Then we have WTO issues, all of them put at the same place, the peace clause as well over here. Similarly, for economy, you will have everything at one place that are relevant for this particular year. For example, India's agricultural export, the issue of MSP, doubling of farmers' income, farm indebtedness, 30 years of LPG. See, so since these themes we have already covered and we have ensured that you all have the data at the same place, aapko kya karna hai? You have to summarize that data. Pick up those 4-5 keywords, start memorizing them. 2 din mein you will be able to summarize the content at one place, and after 2 days you should be able to do this activity, warm up every day. Look at the content that you have prepared paper wise, look at the content, try to memorize them and write them again and again, because exam mein kuch bhi aayega, most relevant themes are these only. They will get reflected directly or indirectly, right? So you have to start remembering the facts, the keywords, the data, and then write them down, right? Not only like this, you should also look at the question papers, some question papers of past year and the current year test series of various institutes, right? You will find them online, and warm up every day with random questions, random papers. Dimag ko ekdam churn karna hai, churn your mind in this time at your homes, wherever you are studying, and you have to face the unknown every day, because UPSC paper will be unknown, right? So once you start churning your mind, you will start preparing yourself for that day, that D-day every day. And then that final day, you will not feel as if it was new. You will feel that yahi sab to pada tha, inhi mein se to aana tha, right? And timing, you have to start maintaining your timing, morning routines. So exam starts at 9 o'clock, 9:30. This is the time when you will start writing or scribbling down on your pen, right? Pen and paper. And then again, second half also. So 3 hours in the first go and 3 hours in the second go. You have to prepare that these are the times when you start doing your brain exercises and handwriting practice, right? Answer writing practice, facing the unknown questions. What is the present climate I am talking of? Present climate is that of COVID, right? Omicron and Delta variant. So, exam hall mein, what is the situation? You sneeze a few times and you cough a few times. I don't know what will be the reaction. There could be a ruckus created, whatever it be. So, prepare yourself to keep yourself in isolation. You know, be in sun for a while. Be isolated. Don't keep speaking to your friends. Ye nahi kiya, wo nahi kiya. Look at these important themes. Take a couple of days off to understand the important themes, right? Prepare some facts related to them. Look at the final pages from the website, and your things will be done. You will be almost prepared, apart from the fact that warm up is an exercise that you have to do by yourself, right? So warm up bhi kare, and these are the themes that I had shared with you. So in case you need any support regarding these themes or otherwise for current affairs preparation and update for this exam or the next, right? do just write a comment and we will get back to you immediately to help you, right? So if you like this initiative, if you like this video, do share some love on us through likes, comments and shares. If you subscribe to the channel, you will receive timely updates for such interesting videos for your UPSC preparation journey. Thank you for watching.